You can't help but laugh at this, but Star Trek actor Wil Wheaton admitted that modern movies and TV shows are just not appealing to him. He wrote this up over on Blue Sky. If you're not familiar with who Wil Wheaton is, he is one of the most progressive leftist actors in all of Hollywood. His biggest claim to fame is that he was a child actor on Star Trek: The Next Generation. And he shared his thoughts over on Blue Sky here. He says, I had this fun idea that Ann and I could go out on a date tonight and see a movie. This is Friday, I think. So I looked up local movie show times and saw there are about 20 new releases, and not one of them looks even remotely interesting to me. Is this what getting old feels like? So obviously he tries to play it off like, oh, I'm just getting old, so I don't really like anything. I don't think that is the case. I think that you can see the box office grosses are in a downward spiral and have been for a number of years now, indicating that people are tuning out of going to the theaters. And I think that has a lot to do with the quality of the movies that Hollywood is cranking out. I think that the quality has just absolutely gone downhill. People are much more comfortable staying at home, watching reruns on Netflix or Prime or whatever the streaming service happens to be. And we see that quite often is the case when you see these like movies from 10 years ago are on the top of the Netflix streaming charts. And they're usually some form of male action oriented film. And that typically happens quite often, because people are much more willing to entertain older films than they are willing to go out and watch some new schlock. But it wasn't just movies, right? He says, we decided to watch a comedy. After a bit of searching, we landed on a Prime Video original called Deep Cover that was so terrible we were fidgeting after about 10 minutes, endured it for another 20, and noped out of it just awful, 0 out of 10. So unclear exactly why he disliked it, except for I guess he didn't like the comedy. I will say I did look at the Rotten Tomatoes IMDb score. I think it has like a 7.6 on IMDb, which is just average, I would say. Rotten Tomatoes, it actually had like an 80% audience score, so that was interesting. And I actually think the critics was pretty high up there as well. So maybe he just has bad taste, who knows. But he then ended saying, we ended up watching season 2, episode 1 of Poker Face. What I find interesting there is he did not actually say anything about the quality of that show, right? He just says that's what we ended up watching. So I find this quite interesting. When even Wil Wheaton does not find anything appealing in what modern Hollywood is cranking out, you know there is a massive problem with the state of storytelling. Even more interesting is that one of the biggest leftist actors in the United States is not even watching Marvel Studios' Ironheart. He's not watching Ironheart. And he is one of the biggest leftist actors, and that show is clearly made to appeal to people like Wil Wheaton, and even he isn't finding it appealing. It's not something that he is watching. So it's really bad over there, and they need to get their ship righted, or it's going to continue to sink just like the Titanic. But let me know what you guys make of this. Let me know in the comments below. Remember to always be charitable, especially to each other, and to always, always speak the truth.
Why would you be afraid of the people? Why are you not afraid of God instead of man?